And I rise today to speak about what I think is a very, very important undertaking. It deals with our democratic system and what works against it. My amendment would require that anyone that receives an appropriation, a contract, doing business with the federal government, produce full disclosure relative to political expenditures. I raise this because I think there is a dark corner of our system that is not being addressed. And it is an issue that is about as much about deficit reduction as it is about our democracy. We know that there are political expenditures that are made. Some are disclosed, some aren't. I think it's important to state that I really believe that this could have been a bipartisan agreement. It's important to remember that our Republican colleagues were for disclosure before they were against it. In 2000, Senator Mitch McConnell asked, quote, "Why would a little disclosure be better than a lot of disclosure?" In 2007, on Meet the Press, Speaker John Boehner said we need, quote, "full disclosure of all the money that we raise and how it's spent." And I think sunlight is the best disinfectant, unquote. I agree with what the Speaker said in 2007, but since then our colleagues have changed their minds. Not a single Republican voted for the Disclose Act. And when I offered an amendment similar to this one in February, it wasn't even brought up, wasn't allowed to be brought up for a vote. Since then, Republicans have gone on high alert at the news that the President is considering an executive order to create the same kind of disclosure they used to favor. I know that the National Chamber of Commerce has weighed in, and they've raised First Amendment. I'm really interested in this new effort and interest of the National Chamber of Commerce. I hope they'll come to my office and talk to me about forming a coalition on First Amendment rights. This is not about that. This is not about that, and no one can say that with a straight face. My constituents are very smart. They can think for themselves, but even the smartest people can't make a decision without critical information. And today's broken system leaves millions of Americans in the dark. They don't know who is paying for what. They don't know who is being paid to say what, because there is not at the federal level. So this levels this out. It very simply says that we're on the side of taxpayers, that we are going to make sure that whether it's procurement or contracts or appropriations, that we want to be on the side of the taxpayer. On the side of the taxpayer, having full disclosure so that they not only know who's doing business with the federal government, but where these tax dollars are going. There's a requirement at the SEC, Mr. Chairman, where boards of directors, who essentially are the Congress of a corporation, must disclose their financial interests. Why? So that shareholders know. Well, guess who the shareholders are in the country? The taxpayers, the citizens. This is in many ways a backdoor earmark, and we need to get rid of it. So I hope that this will be made in order, and I also think that this is a very important effort for full disclosure at the federal level. Whomever does business with the federal government, that they disclose. It's fair. It's a fair requirement. It's a simple requirement. And I think it's something we should all agree on. Disclosure, disclosure, disclosure. With that, I yield back.
The gentleman yields back the balance of her time. Does the gentleman from Texas insist on his point of order?
I do.